Hey, folks, we are back for another episode of It's Consulting Time, where we are always bringing you a plethora of creatives, innovators, and leaders from around the globe. Purpose over popularity is our motto, and we pride ourselves on honoring legends as well as introducing aspiring and emerging independent creatives to the world. Remember, we are always prepared to leave you with joy, jewels, and justice. Let's chat with our special guest. Hey, folks, the world of entertainment would not be complete if we did not have screenwriters, playwrights, and filmmakers. So today, Mr. Jennings Jr. is going to talk to us a little bit about his journey as a passionate and creative person. Welcome, Joe.
Hey, how's it going, Lily?
I'm great. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background as a Morehouse man, and just tell us about the journey into filmmaking.
I'm born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. I went to Morehouse, graduated in English, got an English degree, and moved out to California in 2005, and worked in the entertainment industry as a production assistant. And after that, I met my production partner out there. We started making independent films together. Okay. And shortly thereafter, I moved back home and I started making short films on my own. We're still, a team, but I make them, here by myself because he still lives out there. So, I've been making short films since 2017, and we are gearing up to make our first feature film.
Okay.
This year, yeah.
All right, so talk to us a little bit about what a life in the day of a production assistant looks like, because I don't think people really understand the importance of the production assistant, that you guys really have a job from A to Z. So tell us a little bit about life in the day of a production assistant.
So I was two different production assistants. I was a set production assistant, and I was also an office production assistant. So as far as being an office production assistant, you're like stocking the fridge, you're printing scripts, you're answering phone calls, you're talking to vendors, you're answering the actors' questions, the cast and crew's questions. You're basically Mr. Know-it-all. And it's just making sure that everyone has what they need on set to be successful. And it's nonstop. It's 12, 14, 16 hours a day. And then you wake up and do it all over again. As far as being a set production assistant, it's the same thing. You're just kind of the eyes and ears of the first ADs, the assistant directors. You make sure actors get the set on time. You make sure the cast and crew get their lunch. You're making sure no one blows a shot as far as, interfering with, the shot while it's rolling. You're locking up sets, all those things. So you're basically the glue of the set, and you're the eyes and ears of all the directors and producers.
So you worked on you were a PA for Californication, So You Think You Can Dance, and Jericho.
Yeah.
And so you worked on, as a PA for a while.
Yeah.
At what point though did you say, you know what, I want to really dive head first into this filmmaking thing because I like this?
Yeah. Well, when everybody moves out to LA, they have that goal. And I was actually 26 when I moved to California. So I was kind of, not old, but there, a lot of times people do it 18, 19, 20, So, after I did, PA work for like 3 or 4 years, I was kind of like, okay, well, I'm here on set all the time. I'm not really working on my own stuff. I need to get back to working on my stuff because you're part of the machine. You're always working. So, by about 3 or 4 years in, I was like, okay, this is enough. I'm ready to do something else and work on my stuff. So we started doing that.
So you have produced, a couple of films under your company. Blinded by Ambition. Tell us a little bit about Blinded by Ambition, where we can find it, but give us like the plot of Blinded by Ambition.
So Blinded by Ambition came about because, it's rooted from a spiritual place, that, God can move mountains, and that's kind of what the logo is. It's a person moving a mountain. So it's definitely faith rooted, and it's basically just us being like very like, resistant and persevering through everything, because you face so many challenges as a filmmaker. Not just even getting the film made, but after making the film, like getting it out there and getting people to watch it, getting into festivals and doing screenings and that kind of thing. So you just have to constantly believe in yourself and believe in your project. And you just kind of have to like have that faith installed. And so, there was a point where we would, we weren't stop for anything to make our film and, get our projects out there. So that's kind of how we came up with the name, because we're so ambitious that, we wouldn't stop. So we just kind of, use that as our logo.
I mean, it's amazing to see the work ethic, the diligence, because you worked so hard, before, and now you're doing it for yourself. Now, what does casting look like since you are your own company?
So we kind of depend on, we use Actors Access, kind of like, that's like the go-to. At one point, there was a website in Atlanta. It was called Love to Act. I don't know if you're familiar with that. But when I made my first film here in 2017, that was kind of where everybody was going. I don't think the website's up now anymore, but that was kind of where we started. And we found some people on Actors Access, like I watched reels and stuff like that. And then, there's also, people, from the local Atlanta community that you want to work with, that you just kind of know from being places and
absolutely,
and casting. So it's a combination of those things. Casting is probably the most. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I really want I want the people to hear more about casting.
Yeah. So like casting is probably the most important thing for me, because you have to get that right. You kind of have to make sure you're on that's the face of your project. So you kind of have to make sure you get that right in the beginning. And instead of kind of doing 50 takes with somebody that's not delivering something that you're trying to present, you kind of have to get it right out in the beginning. So that's very important. So we've been lucky though. We've had some very talented actors here in Atlanta to work with us, and I would love to work with some of them again, actually. So
absolutely, guys. So you heard it. If you're interested, in working with an independent company and kind of getting your feet wet, learn the behind the scenes. I know everybody want to be in front of the camera, everybody want to be seen, but learn the behind the scenes, because the behind the scenes, it's very, very, very extremely important. So definitely want to learn behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Now, Joe, what is it that motivates you?
I just want to tell a great story. I always have images in my head. There's always a story in my head. I'm a writer at heart. I'm a screenwriter. So I'm constantly writing. And, it just so happens we made films because, we couldn't get people to read our scripts. So we just started making them ourselves. So it's kind of like just knowing that I can create my own story, and I can get some other talented people involved, and we can all create this thing together. It's like a team sport. It's like being on a basketball team or like a football team, and you guys, you have this winning season, you win a championship. Like, creating a film is the same thing. It's like winning an award, for the performance or the cinematography or whatever. It's like a sport, you know what I mean? So in a sense, we're like athletes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but you use your brain a whole lot more.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you use your brain and your resources. So
yes.
Yeah, so that's what I get out of it. I love create. There's things about it that aren't so great, but at the end, once you create a project and you put it out, it's very, very satisfying.
Okay. And what would you say has been your most satisfying moment? I know you said once you put the project out, but overall, what would you say has been your most satisfying moment, in the business?
I think my most satisfying moment was I was in attendance in a festival in Biloxi, Mississippi. It was one of the first film festivals I'd been to. And we were nominated for 4 awards for my first film, A Leg Up. and we actually won 2 of the 4. So that to me was incredible. Like that's like winning an Oscar, you know what I'm saying? But not just for me, but for everybody involved. You know, like just I didn't have the idea that something like that would happen. You know, from making the film, I just wanted to make something and put it out there. But it wasn't ever for awards. You know what I'm saying? So for someone to like kind of bestow that upon us, I was very, very grateful. And that's kind of a moment I really have, every now and then. So
yes. So, all
yeah.
right, Joe, let's have a little bit of fun.
Okay.
If you had to write a book about yourself, what would you name it and why?
Oh, wow. Well, I don't know. That's tough. So if I had to write a book about myself, I think I would call it The Universe Wanted Me to Win.
Ooh.
And the reason why is because I feel like my life is a testament to what can be done if you follow, your dream and you work hard and you apply yourself. It would be more of a self-help book, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of motivate people who are talented but don't know how to get started, or who don't feel like they have what it takes, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of that direction I would go in.
Wow. Ooh, the universe wanted him to win, baby. You hear that?
Yeah.
All right. So, Joe, tell everybody where they can find you on social media, websites, and what we need to look forward to in the days, weeks, and months to come.
So I'm on Facebook and Instagram mostly as Joe Jennings Jr. One word, JoeJenningsJr. That's on Facebook and Instagram. We have a website coming soon. We'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. As far as what we have coming soon, I'm working on another short, and I'm also working on a feature film for this year.
Well, guys, you heard it first. Oh,
one more thing.
More. He got more.
One more thing. We have a premiere coming up for my latest film, ISFJ. Okay. We are looking to do that in the fall.
Okay, guys, listen up. ISFJ, right?
Yes.
ISFJ premiere coming up in the fall. Tap in with Joe and see what you can do to help. Whether you can sponsor, whether you can volunteer to host the red carpet, support with coordination. Guys, let's tap in. We have to support all of our independent filmmakers out here. And while we're talking about independent filmmakers, we definitely want to say, Joe, come out to the Shoot Your Shot Film Festival. It's going to be held between July 28th and 31st right here in Atlanta, Georgia. So definitely we'll get you that information. We would love to have you there. Yeah. And definitely let's stay connected.
Absolutely.
So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Joe Jennings is amazing. Check him out. Go over to Instagram, Joe Jennings Jr. He is creative. He is an innovator, and he is a leader that just brought you joy, jewels, and justice. Have a great rest of your day. I certainly hope you enjoyed that guest, but just in case you didn't, please know we are always here to bring you joy, jewels, and justice as we bring you some of the most amazing creatives, innovators, and leaders from across the globe. Bye-bye.